Hi, welcome to Ferntree Gully Volkswagen. My name is Ray Nicholson. I'm the commercial manager for Volkswagen in the Ferntree Gully region. What I'm going to show you is an Amarok Dual Cab, which is a 4x4. This model is actually one of the limited edition Atacamas. The car is a colour called Horizon Blue. It comes with two keyless key fobs and one basic. One of the major advantages of the Volkswagen brand is if you use the key fob from outside the vehicle and you hold the button down, all of the windows will open or close by those two buttons. The vehicle itself is central locked with alarm. As I said, it's a limited edition model. The limited edition version comes with the black wheels and the black side steps, and it also comes with these bi-xenon headlights. The headlights are a polycarbonate design, which are great for vision and also for durability. They don't crack the way a glass would, but they're also something that's easier cleaned than the glass because of the ridges. It's a smooth finish. Underneath you have your driving lights and you have your underbody element. The vehicle also has tight parking spaces. Women especially love them because the car is actually a little bit bigger than the standard vehicle. The main thing about the vehicle in comparison to all other dual cab utes is the width of the car. It is very stable, it doesn't roll, and it takes the corners at speed a lot more consistently and level than any other car in the market. If you go to the passenger side, the release for the bonnet, strangely enough, opposite side to most cars, then allows you to lift and pin the top hood. The vehicle is a twin turbo 2 litre 4-cylinder diesel motor. The turbocharge is directly above the smaller one, and the reason for the twin turbo is very simple, that you do not have what is called turbo lag. The small turbo spools up quickly and the large turbo takes on thereafter. It has great fuel economy. You will get in excess of 1,000 kilometres to 1 tank of fuel. The ADR figures on the car is 8.3 per 100 kilometres and the vehicle is 80 litre tank. Powered steering is standard in most vehicles nowadays. Obviously, powered steering and ABS brakes are major features for safety. The vehicle also has another couple of features which we'll discuss in a couple of minutes to do with its ability to do ascending and descending even with load on the back. The capacity for the vehicle's towing is 3 tonne on a brake trailer. The safety features are 5-star ANCAP rated. The vehicle's crumple zones are clearly shown with the ridges inside the wheel guards, and obviously in the event of an accident, it's still saying where size matters. This vehicle is a larger and heavier vehicle than most, and it will take a fairly substantial hit. It's built on a ladder chassis which runs forward to rear, and the cross members throughout the whole car are very, very rigid and well spaced, and again incorporate side protection so that the passenger or the driver's side is completely protected in the event of an accident. The aesthetics of the vehicle are added to because of the flared guards, because of the way the mirrors fold in. The mirrors incidentally are heated and they're electrically controlled from the driver's side. The interior of the cabin is slightly different to the standard. It's a very unusual pattern on the cloth, but it's one of these things that the Volkswagen brand are renowned for doing, just to add that little bit more comfort and a little bit more uniqueness. The seats are height adjustable for both passenger and driver and can also be reduced and forward and rear movement. For an extra added benefit, you have increased storage underneath the seats. The passengers benefit from not only wider space in the cabin, but more legroom. The seats fold up from the base by unclipping a small bungee and lifting up on a 60-40 split and then engaging onto the headrest. That would then assist and allow you to use either that area for tools or animals without damaging the lovely fabric of the car. When you take the seat down, you've also got the facility by unclipping the back corners. You can fold the back down and put tools on top rather than underneath if you wish. All windows are electric. They are all 1 touch down and 1 touch up, and they're all fitted with a pinch sensor. That sensor basically allows anyone to put their arm or their finger in that area and the window will come back down. The car, as I said, is diesel, fueled from the passenger side. Massive capacity for durability and for distance. The aesthetics, totally different to any other model because of the black. It's a satin finish, so it's not a gloss. It adds to the look of the car, not only through the windows, through the side steps, through the tyres, through the wheels and through the sports bars. When you come to the back of the car, you even get further satin on the black bumper and tinted brake and reversing light. The tailgate itself is extremely heavy, and for that reason what they've done is they've added an assistance spring so that people can lift it a little bit easier, but in the lesser models you actually feel very clearly that the car has got a lot of strength and rigidity because this is extremely heavy. It weighs about 120 kilos. It's rated to take 300 kilos, and it's the only ute that you can put a full-size pallet in between the wheel guards. So the width between the left and the right hand side is 1223 millimeters, and a pallet in this country is 1200 mil. The back has a power supply, and this model also benefits from a pre-sealed liner which comes directly from the factory. In other models you can get plastic liners, or you can actually replicate this through a third party. The tailgate is lockable. Underneath the car at the back you can add your tow bar. Coming around to the driver's side, getting back to what we said about the strength and rigidity of the car, you'll see the leaf springs and you'll see the chassis. The ladder chassis is extremely strong. It runs from front to rear, and as I said earlier, you've got the crossbars running right through it. The benefit to that is that when you open and close the doors, if you're in an off-road environment, the car will be capable to get you from A to B without this door jamming open or jamming in the closed position. In the driver's side, the controls in the cabin are all ergonomically designed, and the main reason for that is because no two people are the same size. Therefore, you have a telescopic adjustment on the steering wheel as well as the vertical. Slightly different from other cars in the sense that the indicators are on the left and the wipers are on the right. These wipers are intermittently controlled, and the indicators also incorporate on the stock your cruise control and your flash for the headlights. The piano finish, which is a shiny black, is now in all MY16 models, and that incorporates controls for the volume for the stereo, and it also incorporates controls to change the multifunction display to your preferred level of information. The car is fitted with automatic headlights, basically meaning in a dark night the lights will come on automatically. If you arrive at home and you haven't left your lights on or there's no one there when you get there, the advantage is of the automatic lights that when you close the car, you key lock the locking mechanism, the car will light up and it'll give you some light to get to your driveway. Adjustable dashboard, adjustable electric headlights are all standard features within the car. Dual zone climate control, allowing both left and right hand side to have the facility to control the heat or the cold, and 360-degree adjustable vents for the comfort of passenger and driver included. The car has an 8-speed Bentley automatic transmission. The transmission is made, it's called a ZF, and it's the same transmission you get in all high-end luxury vehicles, even the Bentley Continental. The D and the S signifies D for drive and S for sports, and you can also flick it over and you can drive the car through a manual, clutchless configuration. There are 3 buttons which are displayed in the centre console. These buttons depict a diff lock which flashes on the dashboard when engaged. That will allow you to go off-road, and even if only one of the rear wheels is touching the ground, you will still be able to move forward. You don't have to exit the car to do this, it's all done inside, and it's advisable when that car is in the diff lock mode that you do not drive it on the tarmac. You also have hill descent control, which eliminates on the dashboard in a green car going down a hill. The hill descent control will work in this vehicle configuration. It will work even in neutral, and it will give you a controlled descent speed of no more than 4 kilometers an hour. If you wish to increase the descent speed, every blip of the throttle will take it up by 1 kilometer an hour. If you're on the other side of the hill, and instead of descending you want to ascend, even with one turn on the back of the car, that button pressed and the car in drive, you could quite easily put the car on creep, and if you have the confidence, you could step outside the vehicle and it'll creep up the hill with the turn in the back, as long as the hill is not more than 45 degrees. The car also has electronic stability control or traction control. It can be disengaged or engaged by the press of a button. The reason for that facility is if you are in a situation where you need to spin the wheels, if you're in sand or you're in mud, you may want to do that. If you're towing a vehicle from behind, the advantage then is that you can gather a bit of momentum by using the accelerator. Finally, the dashboard. You have your satellite navigation. It gives you a very clear indication of where you're going. You can take commands either visually or you can get them audibly, and you can input addresses and you can change from day to night mode. The vehicle has Bluetooth capacity, you can play CDs, you can play smart card through the car, and you can also put a 2.5mm jack in through the stereo. That then allows different methods of listening to music. You've got a rear view mirror which is auto dimming. You've got a sensor on the windscreen which basically detects the level of rainfall, and it will increase the wipers accordingly. And you have multiple power supplies, one at the top, one on the side of the gear lever, and as I said earlier, you've also got one in the tub. The reason most people prefer to buy the Volkswagen product is it's a European design, it's German engineered, and it's made in many countries across the world. But the ergonomics of the car allow people to enjoy having a vehicle which is not only comfortable, not only very safe as a 5-star safety rating, but it's a vehicle which now you see more and more on the road because it's a dual purpose one. You don't have to have a vehicle for work and a vehicle for pleasure, you can have one for both. Done. In conclusion, all Amaroks have 3 years unlimited kilometre warranty with 6 years or 90,000 kilometres cap price servicing. Limited models for the period between April and June 30th will have an increase from 3 years to 5 years if financed through Volkswagen Financial Services, and the certain models like this one and the Ultimate and the Highline will have a 3-year free servicing promotion. For more information, call Ray Nicholson at Ferntree Gully Volkswagen on 000 000 000.